Monday, October 17, 2016. This is Mercedes Diesel Guy, and this is my 1998 Volvo V70. For this project, I've mostly been doing the videos blog style, just telling you what I've been doing with the car. I'm going to attempt a little bit of a DIY video, so bear with me. This is going to be a DIY on replacing the heater core. And I would also like to recommend to you two other videos that I saw. One, I believe, is by the people at IPD, and the other one is by Robert DIY. And overall, those people, those folks all know much more about these cars than I do, and that just comes from experience. It's been my experience that sometimes it's helpful to watch more than one video. Sometimes one video has better lighting than another. Sometimes one video is shot on a better angle than another. And hopefully I can provide, a little more clarity, maybe fill in some gaps for people. So as you can see, I actually have the front seats out of this car. And that's not necessary for this job. I have the seats out mostly for cleaning and to get to the carpets. I also have the front carpet mat out. That is also not necessary. However, if you're in a situation like I am, where taking the seats and the carpets out is convenient to do for other reasons, then it will improve access. Now, just a couple of notes here. Like I said, the carpet is out, and there also is supposed to be a plastic panel clipped in right where I'm pointing there, blocking off the heater core assembly. That panel is in the trunk. The previous owner of the car removed that, I think, just to monitor the leak. So you're going to have to pull back the carpeting and remove that piece. Now, before you go any further, I would highly recommend going under the hood of the car here, going back along the firewall, and it's difficult to show you here with getting proper lighting on it, but you're going to want to clamp off the two hoses going to the heater core, and it's difficult to see right there, but you see those two metal ends going into the firewall. Those are the heater core hoses. Clamp those off, otherwise you're going to spill a lot of coolant into the car. And then next you want to remove this under dash panel here. This is underneath the steering column. You see the steering column right up here. And there's just a single T25 bolt to pull out right here. And then simply disconnect the light on this end. Can't get the camera in here to show you that angle. Next, you move over to the passenger side of the car. Next, I'm going to completely pull out the passenger side carpet mat. Once again, you kind of need the front seats out in order to be able to remove the carpet entirely. And I'm mostly taking it out for cleaning. But like I said, that's also a great way to ensure that you're not going to soak the carpet with coolant. So I'm going to take the carpeting out. Once you have the seats out, it's actually fairly self-explanatory to get the carpeting out. Next, you open the glove box, and you remove these screws around the perimeter. These are also T25 screws, and just remove the glove box insert once you have those screws out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And once you have the glove box insert out, you remove these two screws right here, also T25, and then you can drop out the lower dash panel right here and then unclip the light. You pull out this plastic panel right here. And there you have it. This is the passenger side access to the heater core. And then once again, to improve access, you can just pull down and remove this vent right here. Next, there are 4 screws that have to come out. two on each side of the heater box. There's these lower ones that go in horizontally right here. On my car, these are T15s. And then if you look back and up in this direction, you see a hidden T25 up there. And it's going to be really hard to see it if you're just kind of kneeling down in the car. I'm reaching the camera up there, but that is the T25 you need to remove. The one straight up on the right there. So I'm going to go remove those two from this side of the car. Next, you're going to want to remove the same two screws from the driver's side of the airbox. You get your T15 here and your T25 up and back here. And then once you have those out, there's one more screw. It's another T25. It's right back here at the bottom of these metal coolant pipes. And before you remove that, make sure you get some get some rags here and something to catch the coolant, because coolant will spill out of these pipes and the heater core. And I think I'm not going to have too much coming out here because I've already drained the whole system, but I'm guessing that these pipes at least are full, and probably the heater core itself. So I'm going to remove these screws, get something underneath here to catch the coolant, then remove that last screw. Just wanted to show you this here. You can see I have a plastic grocery store shopping bag, and I tucked it under these cables here, directly under the junction between the heater core and those pipes. And I loosened that screw, and I was able to catch all the coolant in the bag without spilling anything on the floor. And as I suspected, there really wasn't much in there. But it still would have been kind of a nasty spill. And then I'm just going to go around to the passenger side of the car and wiggle the heater core box out of the car, because I have more clearance to get it out on that side. Okay, just a few more things. I got the heater core out, and there really wasn't much to that, but I did have to disconnect the evaporator drain hose here to give me enough clearance. I really just could not wrestle it around that hose. And you can see here, those are the two heater pipes that the bottom of the heater core clamps to with that T25 screw. And you can see there's two black O-rings there, and it is very important to replace those. And I'm going to do that before I go any further. And then here's the old heater core and the box. And basically you just need to remove these screws here, which look to me like T15s, but I don't have my wrench on me. And this will slide out. And then you apply the new foam strip to the new heater core and screw it into the box like this. At that point, assembly is the reverse of disassembly. So that's all there is to this. It's really not a bad job. Like I said, you don't need the seats out. It just kind of worked out that I had a little more clearance to do the job because the seats were out. So that's it. This is Mercedes Diesel Guy. Like I said, from this point, you just reverse the process, and once everything's back together, you top off your cooling system, bleed the air out, and you're good to go. So this is Mercedes Diesel Guy. Thanks for watching.